Hello there, it's Saturday the 11th of July 2020 and here you are with Dan in Essex, UK. So, I'm now back at the Smallholding, so I've showed this place a few times before, so I'll link some videos down below if you'd like to have a look at those, and I'll link the videos on the end in the boxes. You can click on those if you wish. So I'm going to be showing quite a bit on this video, so if you stick around you'll probably see a lot, and there's some good hints and tips. This place has been very well run at the moment, which I can't take any credit for, okay? But lots going on, so I'm going to stop talking and let's have a look. So we'll start over here. Now I'll just pan the camera around and you can see, so it's in front of a field here. This is the UK countryside for those of you who are in other lands. Field there, and lovely silver birch trees up here. You know, many of you are aware I love silver birch trees. So we'll start over here in the orchard. Now, this is apple variety, and I think it's variety Discovery, okay, which is one of the first ripening apples here in the UK. So let's you have a look at those. So look at those, really, really beautiful. Set a really, really lovely crop, and it looks like some of them are going to make a decent size. So Discovery you can actually still buy in UK supermarkets, so still readily available. Nice tasting apple. It doesn't keep particularly well. You wouldn't expect, you know, one of the first apples to be a long keeper, but very much worth trying if you can get one. So apple variety Discovery. So now I don't know what varieties these are, but once again, you can see an absolutely beautiful crop has been set here. So if you look at this tree, this is what, you know, I really like to see an apple tree, how it's pruned. Nice open centre, not too many crossing branches. And you can see very easy to pick from. It's about 6.5, 7 feet high, something like that. And every apple here can be picked from ground level by the average height person. So very, very good in those regards. We've got some carrots down here in these raised beds, so you can see they're coming on very, very well, looking very, very healthy indeed. Now we'll look at these super cool runner beans soon. They look really lovely the way they've been displayed. So I don't know what variety of apple this is, and it doesn't look like it's set any crop, so we won't spend too much time there. Now this here, look, once again has set a good crop. Wouldn't be surprised if this is a cooking apple, this one. Really, really lovely. Nice crop once again. And there we are. So let's look at these runner beans. Now look at these. This is a really cool way of growing runner beans, and this could be used from year to year. So you can see a bit of black fly there. So much black fly these days. But there we go. Now, so you can see some canes have been had these U-clips knocked in to these woods here. Trunks, trying to find the correct word, rather larger logs, there we go, and like that, and the runner beans are growing up them, so I really, really like that. Nice and ornamental, and very effective as well, so they look absolutely gorgeous. And let's see what else we've got over here. Let's have a look. Plums. Now look at this. Once again, I don't know what variety this is, but you can see that this is absolutely loaded with fruit. Look at that. I mean, look at those bunches. So, oh goodness gracious, look up there, look how much fruit is up there. So a very, very heavy crop has been set this year on this tree. This one here, look at that, it's a nice crop once again has been set there. And here, walnut tree, got some walnuts on it here. It's up against this sort of little woodland here, so you can see that it's actually growing towards the light, which one would expect a tree to do, but should get rather big one day. Okay, so as we walk along here, got some hazelnut bushes, trees, whatever you want to call them. See if we can find some crops set. Can't see any on, there you go, hazelnuts there, look, so provided the squirrels don't get them, should be getting a crop from those. So I felled this tree for the person a little while ago. That's a dead willow, I think. There's some of the logs there, but so this is a compost bin, you know, like an engine room, if you will. Nice. This is a good way actually of having compost bins, 1, 2 like this, so you can turn them in between, use one, let the other rest, let it cook. Very worthwhile way of composting. Nice little walkway down there. Okay, so this is something many of you may be interested in. So nice vegetable garden, really, really loaded with crops here. Got garlic and onions and cucumbers, tomatoes, let you have a look at the view, peas, covered up so the birds don't get them. Courgettes, marrows, one or the other. Some garlic here. More tomatoes. Now I'll let you have a look at how these are made. So these supports made out of bamboo canes. You see how they're tied so that they can literally just grow up them. So that looks really, really nice. Beetroot does really, really well here, okay? And yeah, every year the beetroot here is really, really good, really, really tasty. Okay, now look at this massive crop set on this blackcurrant bush. Wouldn't look out of place on a Ribena farm, would it? But you can really see just how much crop this is carrying. Don't know what variety, but either way they made a good size, and there's just so many here. Okay, so this is a Golden Delicious tree. So you can see the tree there, and I took the top out of this in the winter because that's the time that you prune apple trees, pom fruits such as pears and apples. And yeah, it's just the way it is. You know, most of the fruit is up there. It was a fair bit higher than this, but now with the top taken out, it looks, you know, the fruit is a bit lower. There's not a massive crop this year. Golden Delicious can be grown in the UK, but it benefits from a microclimate of warmth, because if you think of Golden Delicious, generally it grows in a country, you know, like south of France maybe, you know, parts of Africa, warmer, longer summers, and it can be prone to scab in this country, particularly if you get a wet summer. But it hasn't set much of a crop, but next year it probably will. Okay, so here we've got Redcurrants. I'll let you have a look at those. Once again, I don't know what variety they are, but you can see the absolutely humongous crops that this has indeed set. So redcurrant jelly, redcurrant jam, and during the war, redcurrants were actually used as a citrus substitute because, of course, you know, less and less citrus was able to get through, and generally you can't really grow citrus that easily in the UK, although it can be done, of course. But you get the idea. These are easier to grow than citrus fruits, so therefore were used as a citrus substitute. And you can see, as I show you the bed here, these gooseberries have finished, I believe. He says manure on the top in order to sort of nourish the ground. Here, what have we got? Blackcurrants, there you go. Loads and loads there. Now, this grapevine here, this is variety rare. 3 guesses where the person got the idea of getting one of these from. Put this in today, and you can see just how lovely that's going to be up against this fence here, which gets plenty of sun, so it should do well. A fuchsia there, and some absolutely more lovely peas all the way along here. Have a look at some views. This isn't my land, by the way. Sometimes I get comments on my other videos that, you know, Dan, you have a farm, Dan, you have loads of land. Well, that is not the case. But I'm enjoying this nonetheless. Right, so here we go. Got some nice crops of grapes here. If you look at one of my videos, grapes growing in the UK, this was actually taken from a cutting from that vine. So you can see, you know, propagated from cuttings, grapes, you know, you can have lovely bushes for free, vines. Okay, so here we are into the greenhouse, and you can see what's going on in here. All different varieties of tomatoes, all tied up with this absolutely lovely system of canes. So they're grown in pots like this. I'll pan it across so you can see how it works. So just like a crisscross system, and with string growing up, and that's just a great way to tie up tomatoes, quite quick and easy actually. Right, so here we go, more tomatoes here. See just how many there's going to be, like that. And we go all the way along. Now these are cucumbers. all lovely tied up. These are putting my efforts this year of growing things like this to absolute shame, but that's how it goes. But really, really healthy looking. I mean, look at those leaves. Just looking really, really good, to be honest. You can see they're tied up string like this. So we've got more potatoes, or some potatoes here, grown in containers. So these here are King Edward, that's a main crop. And over here we've got Pentland Javelin. All sorts of stuff going on, really. Pentland Javelin are an early potato. Okay, so this tree is what's referred to as a bullace plum, B-U-L-L-A-C-E. Don't see them that often nowadays. They're small plums, very tasty actually, and they're very good for jam and things like that. Bird's nest up there as well. I'm trying to find you little plums so you can see one. So this tree hasn't set a big crop this year, but you can just see, if I put that in, you can see that? There you go, that's what they look like, but they'll go a more sort of purpley colour than that. So there you go. I will finish the tour now. I don't want this video to go on for too long, but there really is, you know, a lot of lovely stuff going on here, and really nice to see it this time of year with everything really coming to fruition. So there you go. If you like my work, please feel free to like, share and subscribe, and you can always check me out on Dan_Home on Instagram if indeed you're interested. I haven't answered too many comments, questions or whatever of late. I'm going to do that over the weekend and we can communicate. There we go. See you next time.